Well, hi there. This is Shiva, and yes, I'm finally working on Sorcerer again. And I had a pretty big problem with my copy of Future Pinball, and that there was something that was interfering with certain key commands that I wanted to use in BAM, most notably the parameters and the ability to swap textures. But it also affected a couple of other areas too, I think. Anyway, I finally gave up trying to fix it myself, and I sort of asked people on the forum, and a couple guys answered. And though they didn't give me a direct answer to my question, it sort of triggered me somehow, and I realized that the big problem was pinup popper. And deleting pinup popper completely, and then just reinstalling Future Pinball with the BAM installer, and it works. Everything that I was having problems with, including not only the BAM code, but things like SPS and even the image holograms and stuff like that. Nothing was really working very well, if at all. So deleting that, everything is suddenly working. So I've been, for the last few hours, after I got my table to actually work properly, I've been adding in some code, and I've been doing my experiments. And what you're seeing is after about 3 or 4 hours of work, because I pretty much had to work out which things are working within FP and which things are not. And I wanted as many things working on here for when I decided to choose one method or another, like swapping textures. But in the end one, I ended up using, well, all of them, actually. There are bits and pieces of the basic BAM code, the basic BAM lighting code, like brightness and glow radius. SPS is also present at the same time. And on top of that, I've added a considerable amount of time into Photoshop to try and get the post textures to show up as clearly and as defined as possible. And overall, you know what? It's pretty damn good. And now I'm still having some problems with OBS, but again, I'm now actually able to at least record in full screen, which is absolutely amazing because I couldn't do that before. But since I removed, I guess, Pinup Popper, there was some sort of a big conflict going on between that program and maybe something in my hardware. And you know what? It happens all the time. It happens with every piece of software. So it's not really, you can't test you can't test your software with every known hardware combination on the planet. So that's the way that I look at it. So, whatever. In the meanwhile, what you're seeing is the left slingshot, and as you can see, it looks a hell of a lot better. It certainly looks um, different than what you would expect from Future Pinball. And the reason why is that though it is fake, there is a refraction effect with the lighting, and you can see it, and it's making a whole world of difference. On top of it, the posts are actually lighting up, as you can see. If you compare the left slingshot, which is what I just did, with the right slingshot, which is stock FP, then you can see there is a huge, huge, huge difference. Now, this was a bit of a bitch to balance, let's put it that way, because not only do I have all of this new stuff, but I also have to combat the darkness of the table, especially with textures. No matter how good your texture is, the darker the table, the more dull it's going to look. Brights become like gray and everything else like that. At the moment, as you can see, I'm still trying to work on a couple of things, but as you can see, I've made some pretty significant progress. I think what I'll do is I will show you a close-up view, but I will tell you right now that the screen will go black. I have to click on this. The only way I can actually record FP at the moment is if my cursor is not active on the main window, that it is recording. But as soon as I put my cursor over and click on it, OBS goes black. I have to change from the F1 setting to the actually, this is F2 settings. So that's the reason why it looks so bad. We'll be talking about that in a second. But I have to click on the screen. Your screen will go black. The video will go black. I will hit F5 and then click right back onto the second screen that I have, and then it will start recording again. And I know it's bizarre, but what do you expect with me? So let's get this going. Yeah. Anyway, this is the F5 view, and you can really see um, the difference in the lighting. I don't think many people realize just how angle dependent basic Future Pinball actually is. Your lights, your textures, everything can appear to be very different. If you notice by the flipper return lanes, the tops of the posts are not lighting up. And don't be too surprised by some weird things that happen depending on your angles. At F8, light bulbs underneath do have a tendency to burn through the plastics no matter what you do. It always seems to be at least only one or two that do it, but it happens. It's FP. So you just have to do the best that you can, and if there's mistakes, well, you know what? Maybe somebody's one day down the road will figure out a way to get around it. At the moment, to be able to even light up posts and at least get some sort of a refraction effect, and be able to have a texture that doesn't get the crap blown out of it because of all of the lights in the area. You would not believe how many lights there are in this left slingshot, and how many bulbs I used, and how many different textures I used just to be able to get the bloody thing to be able to do this. I think it's a pretty decent job. And I decided to do this short video just to show off, literally about 5 hours progress, and fully with the knowledge that I am going to wake up tomorrow and take a look at it and decide that I'm going to change the entire fucking thing, because that is me. In the meanwhile, um, thanks for watching, and I hope that in a little while I will have the rest of this done, and at least the left slingshot, because I think that I can really do some interesting stuff. I have a couple of ideas that have been cooking in my head, and I really want to tie this new effect together as a group. And I think I'm going to be playing a little bit with light sourcing, and I believe I may have come up with a good way to do better shadows, especially with the ball, and not just use graphics, all sorts of little things. So we'll see if I'm able to do it or not. In the meanwhile, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we will see you sometime soon. Bye for now.